Luke 23:33 identifies the place when Jesus was crucified as Calvary. Calvary is the Greek word for the place of a skull. It's Golgotha in Hebrew. Several places have been identified as Calvary. Some say that it is Mount Moriah, where Abraham offered a sacrifice in place of Isaac, and others identify it as a place known today as Gordon's Calvary. A listener in Westland, Michigan says, "I visited Jerusalem and was shown the Church of the Holy Sepulchre, which tradition says is Golgotha." And then others say it is Gordon's Calvary. What's your view?
Well, may I say that the place has not been historically established as the place where the Lord Jesus was crucified. As a result, why the Catholic churches, and that would be the Catholic churches, Roman, Russian, all of them have a little different viewpoint of where Calvary really was. And the one that they have picked up, that is the Church of the Holy Sepulchre, is inside the walls of Jerusalem. And we're definitely told that outside of the walls is where he died. So we have a conflict there with that place. Now, General Gordon, a Britisher, did a great deal of study in the Jerusalem area to try to establish that. And the place that we know today as Gordon's Calvary, to me, seems to be the more ideal place. There are several reasons for that. To begin with, it's outside of the old walls of Jerusalem. In fact, it's outside of the present walls, whereas the other Church of the Holy Sepulchre is not outside. Now, there is something else. It is the place of a skull. When I first started going over there, and that's been quite a few years ago now, the place of a skull was very clear. But I have noticed in the past, well, the last time I was there, it's not as clear as it was, which leads me to believe that somebody's been attempting to destroy and distort the look of a skull. But the first time I was there, it certainly was as clear as the noonday sun. It looked like a skull. And above there's where General Gordon felt Calvary was. I've been up there on that spot, and very candidly, I feel like that is more apt to be the place. And the Church of the Holy Sepulchre is built on the inside, and everything that is of tradition has been removed so that you haven't anything there now that would indicate just where he was crucified. And there's another thing that I think we need to note about Gordon's Calvary is right near it, in fact, just down the hill, is the place of the empty tomb. And there's several of them there. I personally do not know that the one that has been chosen is the right one or not. It may be that none of the others there, but certainly in that area you have these caves that were used, and certainly Joseph's burying place was in that area. And again, all of that lends credence to the fact that Gordon, at least, is closer than anyone else has been to the historical spot where Jesus was crucified.